Existence is a complex journey. Here we are, inhabitants of this little blue planet, spinning around ourselves, warmed by a distant star. In a galaxy among billions, perhaps trillions, we are just a small part of the vast universe, or perhaps multiverse. We find ourselves lost, not knowing where we came from, where we are going, or why we exist. In this context, it's easy to feel insignificant in the vastness of the cosmos, especially when we have bills to pay. However, although it may seem like a recent discovery, this feeling of insignificance is as old as humanity itself. For millennia, we have faced the fear of the unknown with the comforting belief that someone up there was watching over us. However, the advances of science have forced us to confront reality more directly. Gradually, we have been confronted with the idea that perhaps there is no intrinsic purpose to our existence. This is where existential nihilism comes into play. In this video, we will embark on an intellectual journey to explore the essence of nihilism and contemplate whether God is truly dead or if meaning can be found amidst apparent emptiness. But first, don't forget to leave your like on the video and subscribe to the channel. What is nihilism and how did it arise? Nihilism is a philosophical current that emerges in different ways throughout the history of philosophy. Friedrich Nietzsche is often associated with nihilism for his critiques of morality, but it is important to clarify that Nietzsche, often misunderstood, was not a nihilist. On the contrary, he was a fierce critic of nihilism. His famous statement, "God is dead," was not a celebration of the death of God, but rather a recognition that the divine figure no longer filled the void of morality and meaning in an era where science and reason began to question religious beliefs. The term nihilism has Latin roots and refers to the idea of negation or devaluation of fundamental aspects of life, such as morality, religion, meaning, and truth. For example, nihilism can arise as a response to loss of belief. Additionally, nihilism can be a reaction to the perception of lack of meaning or purpose in life, especially in moments of personal or existential crisis. For many, especially the young, this idea that we are totally insignificant and that nothing we do matters has become increasingly acceptable. The void and existential questioning. With the loss of this divine support, we are faced with an existential void. Then arises the famous question by Fyodor Dostoevsky. If God does not exist, is everything permitted? However, this question does not suggest that without belief in a higher being, we can indulge in moral chaos, but rather challenges us to find meaning in a universe apparently devoid of it. Why continue living in a world that seems so devoid of meaning? This is a fundamental question of existential nihilism, but there are different answers to this question. One of them is to question the very importance of an intrinsic meaning to life. Perhaps sadness does not come from the absence of meaning, but from sadness itself. This is passive nihilism, a stage that needs to be overcome to reach active nihilism. From nihilism to existential authenticity. Active nihilism, proposed by Nietzsche, suggests that there are no absolute values and that we must create our own meaning in life. This laid the groundwork for existentialism, popularized by Jean-Paul Sartre. According to this philosophical current, existence precedes essence, which means that we are free to attribute meaning to our own existence. This freedom, however, can be daunting. As Sartre stated, we are condemned to freedom. We are responsible for our choices and for creating our own meaning in life. But how to do that? There is no single answer. Each of us must find our own way, whatever it may be. The absurdity of existence and its interpretations. Another philosopher who explored this sense of absurdity was Albert Camus. For him, the search for meaning in existence is itself absurd. However, instead of succumbing to despair, Camus invites us to embrace the absurd and find joy in the very search for meaning, even if we never find it. These different philosophical perspectives confront us with difficult questions and lead us to diverse paths. We can choose to believe in a transcendental purpose, create our own meaning in life, or even embrace the absurd and find happiness in the very search for meaning. Ultimately, nihilism confronts us with the fundamental uncertainty of existence. We are beings lost in a vast and seemingly meaningless universe. However, this same uncertainty also offers us freedom and opportunity to create our own narrative in life. Perhaps this is the true beauty and the true challenge of existence, finding meaning in a world that seems so indifferent to our quests. In the end, no one knows the answer. In fact, we are all blind, groping in the dark and immeasurable and endless. The simple fact that you believe this video would answer the fundamental question of life is at the very least absurd. Until the next video.